Well, I'm reading it. Okay, I see what I'm supposed to do. God, the gravity on this planet is heavy. Or strong. My jetpack barely brings it up. Oh no, there's Sam.
You get the feeling that this room is watching us? If I hadn't seen that with my own two eyes, I wouldn't believe it. Hell, I still don't.
Toggle power names? 7 undiscovered temples. Oh my god, I can favorite them.
Galaxy's too big to be stuck in the same place. Talking about me is my favorite.
How are things going with Lillian?
Well, we managed an entire civil adult conversation the other day. I kept waiting for the fireworks. I was still waiting after she said goodbye. It was different. Good different. Let's talk about something less awkward. Like bathroom hygiene. Later.
Sooner we get to Montero. See you.
Here's the closest thing Cora has to home. Not bad, right?
Crix's bones. Look at you.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna start doing some scans. Like, right now.
We were right about the anomaly, weren't we? Tip our ears on the tail.
Whatever beings made the artifact sure love their puzzles.
Some kind of test? Were the artifacts meant to lead us there?
Vladimir, look at these readings. Cardiovascular and neurological levels aren't in the normal range.
I think we're going to need a little demonstration. Mind putting the paces to it? Everyone saw that, right?
Like a literal gift from the heavens.
And also the most practical consequence of our little venture thus far.
Got no old shipwise for this one. Going to just call weird, weird.
I'm gonna use this everywhere.
Well, I suppose we can't stop you. But I'm joining the Deny Everything to the Public Club for a while.
Oh man, I don't blame you. But who knows how everyone would react to this? I can't believe I'm saying this, but maybe we play it safe for now.
Can we find more of them?
Already picked one up from the scans. Matches another one of the artifacts we found. In theory, there might be one temple for each. but sifting through all the signs to identify a match is tricky. Impossible if we don't have the right artifact to compare. And even then, it takes time.
You think there's one temple for each artifact?
It's a strong theory. Couldn't find that planetary anomaly without the data from the artifact. We'll need one to find the other.
Other planets might have gravitation anomalies. Could I just search all of them?
You'd still need to cross-reference the artifacts we have with the data from the eye to pinpoint the source.
So you can't just find all the temples for the artifacts we already have?
Not all at once. You'll need to take the home voyage after you found each one. Should hopefully have more potentials for you then.
I'll follow up on any other anomalies you found. Hopefully it's another temple.
Don't think it's just Fortune's laugh that this temple responded to you. The artifacts, the visions, this power you've gotten, all seems to be the same song somehow. Plenty to think about. Anyway, catch a smile out there. I'll work on finding planet anomalies that match the other artifacts we have.
Cool.
I hope I am at your service, Captain.
You missed Barrett.
My primary function has been to support and protect Barrett during his travels. I am currently unable to do so. That is as capable as I can be of... I believe Barrett would find your question.
Now your job is going to support and protect me.
As per Protocol Indigo, which Barrett, there is no cause for...
Outpost development? What do you mean?
The exploration of an unknown planet. It is even possible to set up multiple outposts.
How do I know what planet's resources I need?
A planetary scan will reveal, and while a scan...
What kind of advanced structure could I build?
The scan booster is the most obvious, as it will enable you to detect landmarks and other points of interest from further away. Beyond that, a particularly prosperous outpost may even warrant the construction of cargo.
Sounds useful.
The blueprints you need to...
How long have you been part of Constellation?
I arrived along with many material goods purchased despite several significant...
I could use you.
Captain Bill, I will proceed to my assigned post.
Okay.
Never regretted coming out of retirement. Constellation's got
The
the
power's
wit of
pretty
the
neat, huh?
righteous. Stretches the mind to the far ends. Not sure neat is the word. Hard-stopping might be closer to the mark.
Oh, you're not saying this could be a bad thing?
More saying we don't know. And, that you'll be the first to lose ignorance's blessing if it's bad. Anyway, we'll be with you as we all figure what this means. Artifacts sure keep being a showboat of surprises.
Got some data for you.
And the darkness...
Oh.
Jaw the words another time, then.
I know everyone's excited by the artifacts, but we need to be as objective as possible and be aware of possible negative effects. We've always considered ourselves explorers, but this really is uncharted
Those
territory, isn't
scans, did they say I'm okay?
it? Before I say anything, I need to clarify that I have no formal medical training. So with that in mind, I think so. I know I said the scans weren't normal, but I would differentiate that from dangerous or concerning. I plan on keeping an eye on you, but you seem to have adapted to the changes. You're feeling okay, right?
So powerful. Should let you know if I start growing extra limbs.
I'm not a doctor, but I do have eyes. I think I'd notice. I have no reason to expect anything that drastic will happen, but we are in uncharted waters here, so I guess you'd just be extra handy to have around.
Oh God. What if I start feeling different?
Then, depending on what different means, we do some more scans, talk it over with the group, and make a decision. But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I feel like I could take on the galaxy.
Okay, well, if I were a doctor, I would absolutely advise against that, for a variety of reasons. But I'll take it as a positive sign for now. For now, just relax. We're all behind you, and we'll take care of you if we need to. And if you wake up in the middle of the night to find me standing over you, taking scans or drawing blood, just take it in stride. I'm kidding, I wouldn't do that. Probably. Stay safe, okay?
I don't know about you, but a fella could do a lot. Ask away. Bye.
I feel like I've been waiting my whole life for this. Constellation. Ask if you've got questions. Speak up if you have ideas. You and me both. The implications are staggering. Obviously, we don't know anything for certain, at least not yet, but there sure seems to be a connection between these temples and the artifacts. So it would follow that someone, or something, built them. Both the temples and the artifacts. That alone is... it's huge, isn't it?
Which one of us wants to say aliens?
You said it, not me. I'll concede it's a possibility, but it's only 1 in a million. As much as we'd like to, we can't jump to conclusions just yet.
Huge discovery.
That might end up being the understatement of all time. But really, we can't get ahead of ourselves. We just need to focus on our next steps. More research, documenting our findings, and not jumping to conclusions, no matter how enticing that might be. Take care of yourself.
So what's the button to open that screen? Okay. Okay, you open that screen. Okay. So I have 7 undiscovered temple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a lot of undiscovered temples though. What the hell? But it says I only have 7. Interesting, interesting. Cargo link. Let's go! More superpowers! UC Rambler.
Pardon.
Okay, follow the little distortion.
Key looks green. Where's land?
Please disregard. I attempted an informal greeting, but I am dissatisfied with the results. Hello.
Do you mind if I ask you some personal questions?
If you feel it is necessary.
What's your read on Barrett?
It is impossible to read Barrett. He is neither a book nor a block of code. If you are asking for a summary of my observations on his behavior, I will provide one.
Did Barrett make you?
No. I was manufactured by a machine. However, Barrett has modified my programming substantially. I have advanced linguistic capability and navigational skills. I warned him that I would require an extra millisecond to process information with his modifications, but he did not seem to mind. Apparently, my capacity for conversation makes me a more entertaining travel companion.
He knows he almost got me killed, right?
I have only seen Barrett kill his enemies. If you do not number among them, I surmise it was accidental. What you are suffering from is likely a bad first impression. I suggest consulting Barrett on the issue at once. Barrett tells me a bad first impression is the hardest thing to break. I believe that is because he has never tried to break a diamond.
Do you have any idea what his story is?
Barrett has not shared many personal details with me. He finds me a poor conversation partner, despite repeated attempts on his part. I do not understand the concept of gossip.
Do have the two of you been traveling together long?
My internal clock tells me that it has been years since Barrett and I began traveling together. I have traveled much of the settled systems in his company.
He does seem quite like a character.
Based on my understanding of Barrett, I believe he would be flattered by that assessment.
I'd like to know more about what makes you tick.
I am powered by wheels and cogs. They are responsible for any ticking that emanates from me.
How much do you know about humans?
Constellation has seen to it that I possess a near encyclopedic knowledge of human history, art, culture, and science. May I answer a question for you?
What kind of human music do you like?
This is a difficult question to parse. I do not experience enjoyment. However, I find that the music of ancient Japan has a pleasantly mathematical sound. The same is true of the works of European composers from the Baroque period. I have dedicated significant time to processing these compositions and understanding their structure.
Do you know any human jokes?
I am looking at one. I hope that was a suitable response. Constellation did not equip me with a sense of humor. I have done my best to mimic Barrett's.
What was the greatest invention in human history?
Logically, I believe the correct answer to be the airplane, followed shortly by the computer. Humans could not have become a spacefaring species without them. Illogically speaking, I am inclined to believe that books were your greatest invention. I have spent a good deal of time processing works of science fiction. They make good case studies in how your species could have made a mess of its entry into the stars in different ways than you did in reality.
True. Do you speak every human language?
I have been programmed to comprehend all modern and ancient human languages. The only exception is body language. My body is crafted from reinforced metal, and therefore incompatible with such forms of expression.
Alright.
You are an exceptionally curious human.
I am. How do you become part of Constellation?
Constellation recovered me from an abandoned lunar robotics factory on Earth's moon. where I was manufactured. I am told I was in quite a state of disrepair. Barrett elected to refurbish me after the discovery. Since then, I have been reprogrammed to be useful to Constellation.
How do you get your name?
Constellation named me after the Portuguese explorer Vasco da Gama, who resided on Earth in the 15th century AD. He explored his home planet by way of its seas. Barrett tells me he was quite an accomplished explorer. I am inclined to believe it, as that is a compliment Barrett normally reserves for himself.
Do you remember anything from before you were reprogrammed?
Some data from my time on Earth's moon remains deep in my motherboard, but I do not frequently access it. Very little of what is in those files would prove useful to modern spacefarers.
You were built on Earth's moon?
That is correct. I am a first-generation Model A robot. As such, I was manufactured on Earth's moon. Modern lunar robotics products are manufactured elsewhere.
Alright, it's a good thing that you were able to fix you.
Constellation is an exceptionally driven and intelligent group of humans. I would expect nothing less of them. I will answer your questions truthfully. Unlike you, I am incapable of lying.
Do you enjoy being with Constellation?
That is a difficult question to parse. I do not experience human emotions such as enjoyment. However, I have been kept busy since Constellation acquired me. That satisfies my directive to be as helpful as possible for the duration of my existence.
Do you miss the lodge while we're traveling?
In a geographical sense, the lodge cannot be missed. It is easily accessible from the New Atlantis spaceport. But I presume that you are using miss in this context to mean long for. In which case, my answer is no. I long for nothing. Barrett, however, regularly complains about missing the lodge's amenities during our travels. This has led me to the conclusion that it is a place worth missing.
Yeah, it sounds like something Barrett would say.
It would seem that spending an extended period of time in Barrett's company has resulted in an improved ability to calculate his speech patterns. Perhaps someday I will also be capable of emulating yours.
Okay.
Very well. Please proceed with your query.
Can you tell me more about Lunar Robotics?
Lunar Robotics is a manufacturing company. They are most notable for creating Model A robots. Their headquarters was once located on Earth's moon. It was evacuated during the cataclysm that rendered Earth uninhabitable. Today, Lunar Robotics products are still found throughout the settled systems, myself included.
How does traveling with me compare to traveling with Barrett?
I find you to be a more measured and logical captain than Barrett. It would be quite difficult for another human to be more reckless than him. My likelihood of expiration due to corporeal destruction has been significantly reduced since coming aboard your ship. You should consider this a success.
Yay. All right.
Please do not hesitate to approach me with further questions. Hello, Captain. There is room in my storage hold for further items.
Laser. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, dear. I didn't want to give you all of that.
I will. I will await your next order here.
You find anything?
Okay. Oh god.
Holy sh! I ain't never getting used to that.
Oh, it creates its own like atmosphere. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Acquire more powers. Oh, I think these are the planets that I've been to already, and that's why it's just like popping up constantly.
Keeps showing up. I should get ahead of it before I get behind it. Hell, this is tougher than I thought it was gonna be.
No matter what happens, Sam, I'm in your corner.
That means a lot. I turned 18, my dad used one of his many connections to get me my first real job. That, plus the magical co-family name, meant I was shipping freight out of Aquila. If there's a way to take the wonder out of space, it was working for that outfit. Every milligram of helium-3 accounted for, timetables down to the second, too busy to ever really appreciate anything. Or even look up.
All the charm of accounting wrapped up in bureaucracy. Joy.
Yeah, that's about the size of it. So, an opportunity comes by from the boss man. He says, run this job, don't ask questions, and there's a bonus. Hell, I was still just a kid. I jumped on it. I knew I wasn't shipping some dried mangoes, but suddenly, God help me, it was fun.
What was fun about it?
Up until then, I tried my best to be the dutiful son. I hated it. But man, I tried. This was a rush. It was a thrill. Lying through my teeth to customs, even that shady delivery guy. It felt like I was finally, truly living.
I could see the appeal.
And you're a hell of a lot smarter than I was. So, more jobs started coming. And everywhere I went, suddenly dangerous people were much better armed. I'd hear about armed conflicts and civilian casualties. Innocent casualties. And I'd pretend that wasn't me. Maybe I wasn't smuggling weapons, maybe I was carrying something else. As long as I never open the boxes, I can keep pretending.
You know you didn't kill those people.
Not directly. And I tell myself they'd get guns from someone else. But in my heart, I knew blood was on my hands. Soon the boss man's relying on me, and the pay was nice. We also started partying a lot together. Hard. There are whole weeks that are blank. Never had a lick of trouble. Until I did.
Were you that good at it?
At the time, I thought I was the bee's knees. But looking back, a lot of it was dumb luck. I swear my damn name got me out of trouble most of the time. Oh, you're a Cole like Solomon? They just waved me through.
Didn't you know you were walking a very dangerous path?
I had booze enough, and drugs enough, to never really have to look too hard in the mirror. I knew if I did, I wouldn't like what I saw. Or where it was going.
Sounds like the boss took advantage of you.
Yeah, but it takes two to tango.
You were
To this
complicit.
day, I don't know when I was running that last job. But it was tasty enough, a whole mess of Crimson Fleet jumped me at the rendezvous. Now, a sane man would have been scared. But I looked at my pissant trading skiff's dual cannons and shouted, "Oh, this is on!" Yeah, I blew up one of the pirates before they realized that I was out of my gourd. I managed to get them down to 2 left before every system I had was fried. I was done. And that should have been the end. But that's when the Rangers showed up.
With those odds, why do you even try?
It just felt right. Like this. Yeah, this is what I was meant to be. And I was young, no care in the world. I thought, what, there's only 7 of you? I like those odds.
I could absolutely see you doing that.
Yeah, well, I don't flinch from living life on the edge a little. Anyway, and then, dependable and straight as an arrow, Lillian Hart came on the comm, and well, it's like hearing the voice of an angel. The Rangers took them out, no problem. Oh, that's fuzzy, though. See, I passed out. And when I came to, Lillian was there. Seems the Rangers were impressed with me. Offered me a job. Yeah, by all rights, it should have been a prison cell, but Lillian, she saw something in me. And I took the job. And that's it. All my cards are on the table.
So that's it? Nothing more?
Look, I'm guilty as hell of smuggling who knows what. And there are people I dealt with. Bad people. That would recognize me. But I swear I did more questionable stuff for the Rangers, under orders, mind you, than I ever did as a smuggler.
And Lillian knew you were a smuggler?
Officially, my cargo was destroyed by the fleet. Unofficially, hell yes she knew. She jettisoned it herself. I don't know why she did it, but she stuck her neck out for me. And after she helped me sober up and put the mess I was back together.
You aren't that kid anymore. You're probably a better person for it.
Well, after I hit bottom, I learned a lot. Fast. But the thing that scares me is Cora. I mean, I gotta tell her someday. Sometimes the way she looks at me, I'm not worthy of that. But to see that look gone...
Well, when she's older and the time is right, you have to tell her.
Well, ain't that something to look forward to? Just so you know, all this is why Lillian is something else. And I really need to own that. And have a tough talk with Lillian. Tell her about that follow-through you mentioned. Cora's at an important age right now. Every visit counts. You can't flake on her. Well, for now, let's do something more cheery. Like getting a root canal.
Okay. Anyways, what's our second power? Or third, I should say. Gravity wave? Emit a gravity strong enough to propel almost... Oh my god, this is that's stupid dragon shout, isn't it?
How on earth do you do that?
Okay. Oops. I do want to locate more temples. Screw it, let's do. Oh. He's on the eye.
You're entering United Colony space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. And complete. Enjoy your stay in New Atlantis.
Docking procedure is complete.
Captain Bill, greetings.
Greetings, Vasco.
Spend so much time looking at the scans. I can see star systems orbiting in my head. Oh, sorry.
I'm hoping
Was
you
just
could point
doing
me to
some
another
math.
temple.
Lucky I noticed a pattern in one of those artifacts you pulled out. Here.
Great. Is that still B? Oh, good. It's a place I've already been.
side is good to go.
Somewhere over there. I might as well go get this first, though. It is 1,000 XP if I get it. No reason not to. See? 1,000 XP. Okay. It's somewhere over here. Oh, it's right there. Temple Cheat. Okay. Tags ignore armor. That's just more damage. What is this? Bind yourself to the particles of creation, sensing life force of any human creature or starborn. Wait, what? Oh.
No one's gonna believe me if I tell them you could do that.
I don't really care about that one. We're gonna keep doing this until we run out of the quest. I just want all the abilities right now.
Security, prepare to be scanned for contraband. Scan complete. You are cleared to land at New Atlantis. Please enjoy your visit to Jemison.
And you didn't even scratch the paint.
Captain Bill, hello. I am satisfied to see that.
Hello, Basco.
Hmm? Oh, sorry.
More temples, please.
Got one. I'd go into the astronomical charting data with you, but clear as day just to point you right to it.
Starting landing procedure.
Captain Bill, it is pleasant to see you.
It is also a pleasure to see you, Basco.
Hey, you got a beat on anything?
Yeah, he's over there somewhere. Oh, there. It has to be over here somewhere. I can kind of see it. Yeah. Installing this jetpack mod was like the best decision I've ever made. Oh, that's so funny. There's no animation for it because it's not meant to do this, but it's fine. But the initial boost we have. Okay, yeah. Oh god. Up and away. Ah, right there.